morning on The Dish, he helped pioneer the development of California cuisine, then brought it thousands of miles east to his hometown. Chef Zack Bruell was born and raised in the Cleveland area, and while seemingly destined to join a family business, became a chef instead. He made his first mark at the influential Michael's in Santa Monica, California.
And he thought the blend of simple cooking techniques and the freshest ingredients would be a hit back home. His first venue, Contemporary Cuisine, transformed the local dining scene and led to his current collection of 8 Cleveland area restaurants. Zack Bruell, good morning. Welcome to The Dish.
Great being here.
Tell us about this really great table.
Okay, here we go. We've got a cassoulet, stuffed oysters, a squash salad, pommes frites, lemon polenta cake, and we're going to wash it down with a barrel-aged bourbon Manhattan.
Don't mind if I do.
You may as well start the morning off right.
Exactly.
Now, when you got into cooking, it was a little different route. You were actually in business school, and I would say an act of defiance against your father is really what got you there.
I was at the Wharton School of Finance. I was supposed to take over my dad's business.
Which was what?
He was a manufacturer's rep. I was the only son, 3 sisters. So I was being groomed for that business. And there was a kid down the hall that had a toaster oven. I had a hot plate, and we just started cooking. That's how I spent my freshman year at the University of Pennsylvania.
How did your dad take it when you said, I'm not...
Well, I came home after a semester and said, I don't think I want the business. How did he take it? Well, he was sort of aghast, and then he said, what are you going to do? I said, I want to become a chef. Well, that didn't go over very well either. Back in 1972, nice upper middle class Jewish kids from Shaker Heights, Ohio, weren't becoming chefs.
Yeah. Doctor or go into the family business.
Or lawyers.
Did that stay with you as you moved? We talked about Michael's and then obviously bringing cuisine back to Cleveland. Did that always stay with you?
Of course. I was chasing this ghost, and the ghost was my father. And you know, I wanted to prove to him that I was going to make it, and I was going to succeed, and that I was going to do it at the top level that I could.
Yeah. So your drive was fired by that all along?
Well, you know, I probably am a type A all along.
Right.
But, you know, there was that impetus behind me, of course.
Did he ever have the moment of pride in what you were doing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he didn't get to see it.
Right.
But he knew before he died that it was going to work. He knew what I was going to do.
Yeah. So that must have been satisfying.
That was great, but, you know, fortunately, my mother lived to age 95, so she saw almost every restaurant that I opened up.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
You know?
Michael's in Santa Monica and the idea of California cuisine, back then, when you went there, that
well,
wasn't what we knew then.
This was 1980, and, you know, the restaurant scene in the United States wasn't what it is now.
Right.
So there were people flocking, chefs that were flocking from all over the world to Southern California because there was a food revolution going on out there. All due respect to New York, but the food revolution at that point was going on in Southern California. And I was fortunate at the age of 27 to be right in the middle of it.
What made you bring it back to Cleveland?
Well, I wanted to settle up with my father.
Yeah.
So I had a 2-year plan to go back there and just stay there, save all my money, and then go back to Southern California and open up a restaurant in Santa Barbara. This was 1982, so I was supposed to be leaving in 1984, so I'm slightly behind schedule.
Why'd you stay?
Well, I realized that I had built up this goodwill.
Yeah.
And circumstances were such that my dad got sick, and I wasn't just going to leave.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have you sign our dish, and as I do, I'll ask you if you could have this meal with anyone, past or present, who would it be?
It would be my father. Definitely. A round of
yeah, exactly.
It would be a round of golf and then dinner afterwards.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, Chef Zack Bruell, thank you so very much. For more on Zack Bruell and The Dish, you can head to our website at cbsthismorning.com.